Damn it, ever heard of a brake test? Hey, your car seems pretty fast. You're not going around causing trouble, are you?
Who? Me? Nah, no. Of course not.
Good, because that would mean I'd have to chase and arrest you.
You wouldn't be able to catch me anyway.
What?
What?
You say something?
No, nothing.
Yeah, stay safe out there. There are some troublemakers racing around.
Yeah, sure, thanks, officer.
2005 was the year when this game was released, and you will still find people talking about it, and I'm one of them. Gladly so. This is because this is one of the best racing games that you will ever play. I'm sure more than half of the people watching this already know about this game and want to hear about it again. But for the rest of you who haven't heard of this game before, I feel sorry for you poor soul. I'll explain. So, you're an illegal racer who wants to be known in the streets for being the best racer around. Seems pretty straightforward. I mean, other games have done this too in the past, so what makes this one so different? For starters, you can commit vehicular manslaughter, feel good about it, and even get paid for it. Every other racing game recognizes you for being the absolute best racer around, but this game, no. This one is different. In this game, you are known for being the absolute worst. You enter the town in your barely street legal car, which by the way is the fantasy of every car enthusiast to own one. It's demonically fast, and the sounds it makes easily tops the sound of your girl. You get to participate in a few races, earning reputation for yourself being the best in town, until you meet these chumps. They doubt your worth and try to get you off the streets. You beat all of them one by one, making a friend.
Good run. I like your style. Just make sure you watch your back with these guys, alright? See you around.
Than a hot girlfriend who was in the wet dream of every man in 2006. I'm sure just casually picking up a girl who you barely know and making her your girlfriend is not gonna cost you in the future, leading you to almost be arrested. Did that happen? Probably. You beat all of the racers, all except one, known as Razor. He's the last one gatekeeping the leaderboards from you, preventing you from being a part of an illegal gang. Maybe this is your sign to not do something illegal. But hey, mama didn't raise no bitch, so here we are racing him.
How's your car running?
I mean, look at him. This man is genuinely tweaking. Like, calm down, man. Since it's a high-stakes game, you both bet your cars against each other in the race, so the winner gets the loser's car. Now take a step back. This man owns a Mustang. I'm sure that the Mustang has a higher or equal value to the M3.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
So you're racing and winning. Then you get a call from your girlfriend of 2 weeks telling you that something wrong with your car.
Hey, there's something wrong with your ride. You left a huge oil slick at the start line. You have to end the race fast.
And dramatically your car shuts down and just dies in the middle of the race. You lose the race, lose your ride, and get sent to prison. Wait.
How's your car running?
Yeah, even Razor knew his car couldn't beat ours, so they cheated and messed up your car so you'd lose. Sometime later, a lot sooner than how long it takes the average father to get the milk, you're bailed from prison. Mia Khalifa over here shows you that Razor used your car to get on top of the blacklist. Now you have to go through the racers one by one just to get your car back and get revenge. The story here is cut off and doesn't continue until near the end, but that barely matters, mostly because you're too busy ruining the city. The game really underestimates you. It's at this point of the game where you can choose to reluctantly play the police pursuits or enjoy it. This is arguably the best part of the game, and in addition with the killer music from the early 2000s, it really captures the teenage angst that most of the adolescent at the time couldn't express. There are also dozens of cars in the game, which keeps the game fairly entertaining. Defeating each of the blacklist members unlocks something special, and defeating them gives you a few special collectibles to choose from. This includes performance upgrades, visual upgrades, body upgrades, impound strikes, which gives the player more chances before their car gets seized by the cops. Feels kind of useless because you could just alt F4 the game. Suck on that, early 2005 EA. Break out of jail-free cars, which is exactly what it sounds like, and if you're lucky enough, you get the rival's pink slip, giving you their ride. And if you don't get it, good luck crashing the game and replaying the whole race again. Some cars though are really cool, but some are just downright bad. They were only good because you were racing against them. There are different heat levels in this game. The first one is for toddlers to mash buttons to. The second one is just a better version of the first one. But the third one is where things get interesting. It actually holds up and provides the player with a decent challenge. The heat above the third level are for the ones that really like chaos and adrenaline rush. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this game really gives a better rush than most horror games nowadays. There's this thrill to keep on playing. The music dynamic changes throughout the different phases of the chase. And if you pay really close attention, the radio of the cops talk about everything that describes the situation.
Suspect's driving a black Porsche.
From the current location
Vehicle was last seen heading east past Diamond Park.
to 911 calls,
All units monitoring. Numerous complaints are being received about a speeding vehicle. Description matches a wanted driver.
to the last known location after you've driven away from them.
Suspect was last reported southbound through Century Square.
When you check the game files, you can see well over a few thousand voice lines explaining the cop on the radio. The detail in this game is insane. The physics of it is a hell of a lot better than most driving games now, and the music tracks just don't compare to the ones from back then.
Somebody say, hey, we want some money.
This was also the first ever racing game to actually implement the concept of speed. If you thought 300 kilometers per hour was fast, you can exceed 400 kilometers per hour in this game. As the game progresses, you rise higher and higher in the blacklist, eventually challenging Razor. You see him using your own BMW on the final races, which, compared to yours, just seems slow at this point.
Eventually dust is sore, yes.
You'll never hold on to the number one spot.
But just like a sore loser, he refuses to give you your car back.
But your mommy girlfriend gets it for you. So she has always been undercover. Should have seen that one coming. She calls for backup just to arrest everybody, and you leave as fast as the average father does when he realizes he's out of milk. It's at this point of the game where you realize that every penny of tax is being spent on you. You cannot evade the police anymore. You cannot hide, and it's impossible to run away. It's not a big deal though. You're a hotshot that you can keep on driving for. Wait, don't these cars run on fuel? Why don't they ever run out? Anyways, after about 2 million bounty points and around 5 minutes of pursuit, your girl X calls you and tries to make it up to you by telling you to get out of town by driving off to the other side of the bridge that was previously blocked. No other police car was fast enough to make the jump, so you reach the other side. It's here where the game ends, rewarding you with what you wanted, to be the worst ever driver in history. The game ends with a cutscene showing cross-changing your wanted list to nationwide. The game has left thousands, if not millions of people with a very memorable childhood, including me. This has got to be one of the best games I have ever played, and no other racing game has ever connected with me as much as this one has. Overall, I'll give this game a 9.8 out of 10. The point to reduction is because I think that this game needs a bit more cutscenes and more engagement with other characters. And other than that, this game could be deemed perfect. I mean, how good does a game really have to be for it to be talked about around 2 decades later? EA really needs to bring this game back by making a remake out of it. And since EA loves money, milking it out of this one would make everyone happy.